So let me ask you all a question as we get into today's webinar. What do you see when you think about the foyer of your funeral home on the screen in your mind? What do you see when you think about your main visitation room on the screen in your mind? And what do you see when you think about your chapel on the screen in your mind? I guarantee you that as we talk about your foyer, your visitation room, and your chapel, you saw a picture of each of those rooms on the screen in your mind. Why? Why? Dr. William Glasser, he was the late psychiatrist, American psychiatrist. This is how he frames it. He says, we think in pictures and we speak in words. We think in pictures and we speak in words. So if you downloaded the outline for today's webinar, and I know that the way that these things go, a lot of folks will forget what we learned today. But if you've printed this and write down these answers, this is something you can refer to a month from now or a year from now, and you'll remember a lot of what we talked about today. So the first answer is we think in pictures. We think in pictures. So as you think about a consumer, and a consumer is somebody that you don't know, they don't know you, and they've never been to your funeral home. As you think about consumers, when consumers think about funeral homes and they think about your funeral home, what pictures do they see? Do they see a picture that looks like this? And this is a real billboard that we saw out there somewhere in the world, 10 ridiculous reasons to monkey around. Or do they see an image of a trusted funeral professional? Do they see an image that looks like this? A fun or funny enjoy chocolate day post on Facebook? Or do they see a funeral professional in a chapel where a life can be celebrated? Do they see an ad where maybe you're just advertising a price and nothing else? Or do they see a funeral professional who can pre-plan a funeral? You know, in some cases, consumers may not see a picture at all, and that would be a mistake. This webinar about busting the myths of local advertising for funeral homes and how to invest your dollars wisely for increased sales is as much about advertising and mass media as it is about Facebook. In fact, this is probably more about advertising than anything else. And it's based on my book, How Facebook Works for Funeral Homes, that, of course, is available on Amazon.com. And if anyone is interested in a copy, just let us know in the chat box, and we'll be sure to figure out a way to get you a copy. My objective, what I'm going for in today's session, is to help you understand how to effectively advertise your funeral home. I'm going to take 25 years of broadcasting, 20 years of interactive media and technology, and condense it into 55 minutes. That's my goal. So if I can help you understand how to effectively advertise your funeral home, if you know how to do that, I'm doing this so that you can believe your funeral home can effectively advertise. And we're going to be talking today about mass media, and we're going to be talking about Facebook. And then as we get later into our session, how to spend your advertising dollars wisely.